What's up, guys? It's Dips Guy here. But due to the problem that people have when typing in my name, when I'm telling them my name in public, which they tend to type in Dips Sky, I don't understand how you're getting that. But I might change my name to Dips Man. Tell me what you think in the comments. My cameraman just cringed. Anyway, what time are we at? Oh my gosh, dude, we are at 8:30. Shit, all right. So I got time for 2 sets. But first, I'd like to introduce my co-star. This is my co-star, everybody. Say hi to Millie, aka $1,000,000. Say hey, baby. She's posing like she does for her Yorkie pictures. She's a model. Part 1 of a rest pause set. So, rest pause sets are cool, but they're fucking scary. Jesus Christ. It's like, I don't say that word, but that meme is funny. You know the kid I'm talking about? He's like, Jesus Christ. I don't ever say the whole thing as you see. I don't believe in saying JC. I don't believe in taking the Lord's name in vain because he's done so much for me. He does so much for you, and he's going to continue to do for us. All right? So I'm taking my 12 deep breaths. Somebody on the hit comments is gonna be like, he took 15, it wasn't fucking 12. And I really don't know how many times I breathe, so I'm just gonna estimate that I've done 12 in a second and hit this shit again. Okay. All right. So that's 2/3 of one rest pause set. Tonight was supposed to be upper body night. It's pretty much just turned into chest, which is funny because the only thing I've trained upper body this week is shoulders and chest. So back is gonna get a nice big beat down on the second half of this week. Maybe we'll do a back width and a back thickness separated days. And that, my friends, is a proper rest pause set. That's 10-8. I don't know. I couldn't have done one more if I had to budge the weight. So now you got options. You want to stay up? You want to strip set? You want to stay up? You want to strip set? Personally, I like a drop set, but we don't have a lot of time tonight, and I think we really have to leave. So I really think I'm going to only have the choice of a drop set right now. Real hype. So guys, my opinion on chest. It's not too complicated, but it's not what you think. Okay, first of all, I'm not a proponent of using flat pressing very much. Second of all, I'm not saying it's not good for you, that you can't use it. Just for myself. It does not feel good on my shoulder joints, so I prefer to go heavy in an incline angle fashion, and it happens to do wonders for my chest. My chest is a dominant feature. We'll post a little picture right here. Ding! Anyway, when it comes down to chest, all I'm looking for is you to flex your pec. Okay? Yes, stretching is important, but I feel like you have very many opportunities to stretch, and if you're doing push-ups, which you should be doing, your chest is going to get a good stretch anyway. In the weight room, I'm more concerned about being able to come from a 90-degree angle right here, holding a stretch from there and finding the stretch, which you can find. If you're going to say you can't find it, I'll show you. You can find it at 90 degrees, and you also can use a lot of passive resistance at 90 degrees, which I think is also really good for muscle fibers because they don't really technically turn off. So when you're right here, and you're coming in for the set, right? I'm not gonna play around with the benches. I really want to be comfortable with my upper body. I'm gonna get my ass where I want it to be. Hopefully it's back. I want to get that crazy arch or whatever. And this incline is a little bit high for me. This machine is like a really high machine, so it does not feel as good as maybe like my ideal low incline press that I would do with like dumbbells. That's my favorite thing for my chest. But the idea is really to get here, find that stretch from as high of an angle as possible, in my opinion. So that's a big asterisk next to that. And then squeeze the fuck out of that weight. Throw it and then control the negative on the way down so you get to that point again. Stop it there, throw it and squeeze it. I believe your chest is forced to do much more than with the form where you touch your chest. I don't care what you think, because you're gonna say it's because you touch your chest you get a stretch. I'm gonna tell you what, when you touch your chest turns off for a second, and your anterior deltoid, right here, turns on to fire the weight off of your chest, which means your chest is not activating and using its full potential. It's passing off tasks and requirements and responsibilities to the anterior deltoid. Anyway, so basically, while I'm coming in a machine like this, you can see my elbows are at a 90-degree angle. I'm right here, all right? And this is controversial. A lot of people are not going to agree with me, okay? This is about where my nose would be. If you look at where the bar would be, if I had a bar, touch about my nose. I don't really want to get too much lower than that, and I also need to press between the nose and throat range. So I almost do almost like a neck press. This is kind of like a neck press right here if you look at it, kind of. So I do almost like a neck press, but from an incline, like, oh my gosh. And first I fix the weight and make sure it's even on both sides and don't be a jackass. And you're gonna come up to the ends, down, to the ends, down, to the ends, down, to the ends, down. And this is how I keep my chest engaged and allow my triceps to just do just what the triceps have to do, and allow the chest to get done what it is required to do. And we're gonna get there. So guys, the crazy thing is right now we're in an intermission. We're actually going from gym to gym. And I park crooked as a bitch like a drunk person, even though I'm not drunk.
Bro, what is you and your parking, bro?
So, I used to give a fuck. These days I just don't. Today we're doing some single leg calf raises. I like these just to switch it up from the normal calf raise. These are very challenging. Oh. Full extension and full flexion. So full plantar flexion, full dorsiflexion, full plantar flexion. Full dorsiflexion, full plantar flexion. Full dorsiflexion. Oh, you saw my face get all crazy. That means the set was hard. I didn't mean to do that, but it happens. That's the last set for these. Boy. All right, going up to the next thing. And one reason I really want to do the show in March is because I know that they're going to start putting in these dumbass, in my opinion, they're going to be stupid weight classes for the men's physique. And I know a lot of you like that. In my personal opinion, I think it's a bad idea. I think the beauty of the division of that, there's so many different looks that come to it, versus classic and bodybuilding, a lot of the athletes tend to look very alike. I think men's physique, you have a little bit more variety in the looks of the physiques, but less variety in the posing, and obviously we're not showing the legs, which is not very great. But I think at the end of the day, it's meant for guys who aren't genetically advantaged in legs, so why can't we have a division? You tell me. And honestly, I compete in men's physique, and some of y'all that never even competed is more salty than me about how men's physique competitors should look. To me, men's physique competitors should look like a superhero division, okay? You should want to look like what a Marvel actor aspires to look like, really. Right? You want to look like a superhero. That means you don't have to be as big as possible. You need to be aesthetic, streamlined, V-tapered, right? Where on the other end, you're looking at a lot of people who believe it's all about just a beach physique. So I don't know what the fuck that is. Or it's supposed to look like Ken from Barbie or some bullshit. Because I didn't sign up to look like that to compete, and I don't train like that. So that's the only reason I get insulted when people tell me that men's physique competitors don't look good or they're too big. Motherfucker, They look like everything that your favorite superhero actor wishes they could look like. That's exactly what men's physique is. So shut the fuck up and stop hating on it. And you be talking to people about calves after you be doing calves, you be doing this every now and then. I'd be like just talking to like, yeah, you know, like calves are really important for you to train. You gotta train your calves about twice a week, maybe 3 times. 4 times ain't too bad if you want to train your calves a few times a week.
Oh, you seen that machine where they put it on your ass and you're like this?
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the donkey race? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why is that even a thing?
The donkey race?
Yeah.
That's what Arnold used to do. He used to put a bunch of sweaty men on there. Don't worry, he was still getting pussy later that night. He's all right. Of course, we got to do some biceps. So we're doing some occluded concentration curls with the cable machine. I get a great level of stability here, and I'm able to really focus on the peak contraction, which is not my strongest part of my bicep. My biceps really look better from the outside. And just driving that knuckle back to the head. Wow. As you can see, the biceps coming up there. And that's what we're looking for, is that squeeze of that peak. Not a move that I always use for biceps, but still a really fun one, really effective one. You get the pump, and I like movements that keep your arm up, and then you can like put your arm down between the movements, because then in between sets you kind of see the blood kind of fall back down to the muscle, and you get to see that pump really like expand itself a little bit more. Whereas I notice normally when I'm actually in motion, I don't see as much insane pumping happen as I do like as in between the sets. Like when like I'm actually like letting the arms come back down, relaxing. When I take these occlusion bands back off, the pump will still be there. So I just really work on that. Today, we've been doing a few kind of off things. You know, we're gonna go in our 10-second 315 overhead hold, and we're gonna go into some ab wheel, and we're gonna add all 3 of those together. And honestly, I'm at a point nowadays where certain exercise that used to be really hard aren't that hard compared to like abs. Abs is like spends the shit out of me for some reason. And I honestly really don't like doing them all the time. Sometimes I love doing them, but I really have to be in the mood. It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like the first time that, you know, first time you do anal with a girl in your relationship, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, she's got to be in the...
Yo, what?
What?
Why you gotta say that, bro?
My bad. Let me take that back. Let me take that back. It's, you know, it's kind of like the first time that, See, now I can't think of anything else. That was a good example. Anyway,
That's probably the worst example.
we're going to beep it out.
That's probably the worst example you came up with.
It's kind of like, you know,
No, don't continue. Just move on.
Oh, okay, I'll keep doing abs. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
We're going 45 to 345. Abs are going to cramp. They're already cramping. Got to stretch the abs out real quick. Use for some obliques. Whew. Okay. This is way better than these, whatever the hell these are. I mean, those are cool, I guess, if you want to try them, but really, the 8s, and if you want to try them with the 8s and you want to do that, then you got this exercise here. And I like to do it a little bit lighter with a lot more reps.
It's all over. Yeah, I am 47 for the next like 5 hours. When are we starting with cardio or ab?
And 50 there. You guys see I'm not using a heavy weight. All right, we got 10 more. That's a whole stack. So to me, come down training abs, yes, I want to crunch with some weight, right? But I like to use it with like maybe like a machine more often. There's other options that I've tried, other things I do enjoy. But I feel like a good old hoist oblique crunch like this right here is a pretty sweet machine. It mimics a little bit of what the V-sit does. And if you've ever done V-sits, in my opinion, that's one of the most stimulating ab exercises you can do. They're also really hard. You can do them right in your living room, and honestly, they're like one of the best. You could do a whole ab workout with just V-ups and switches if you wanted to for obliques. And you can intensify that in a billion ways. But to me, when you're in the gym, you want something quick, so you got your hoist fitness, crunch machine. Any crunch machine will do for me, honestly. And then a cable crunch. So normally I do those two. Cable crunches will show another time. With these and any other ab movement, I think the real idea is really just getting the knees into the chest and really tucking the knees into the chest and really actually like rounding the spine. It's the only time in weightlifting that you're really actually ever going to really want to round your spine is during training abs. And most people, in my opinion, aren't as eligible for training abs as they believe they are. I'd rather people use core stabilization exercises in the off season, and people who are like less lean use this core stabilization exercise to develop your abdominals than getting into like direct ab training. Because honestly, if you're not lean enough, you're just not going to see them. Now, I mean, obviously, there's function-wise, you do want to have them. Good, stick with that. And when you cut down, they'll be there. But honestly, most people who are like over 20% body fat, you see them doing crunches at the gym. It's just fucking depressing. It's just like, what are you doing wasting your time with? And those are the kind of people who I think need trainers, coaches, clients. Who need to be clients of trainers and coaches like myself.